Hello everyone, welcome back to the Real Queen of Fertility 33 channel. I am Tatiana. I'm here with the last month of February articles. We'll be learning about a factory worker. I'm actually trying to talk about the ones that be in slavery though. But I found the one that I'm talking about in slavery, but we don't know what a factory. I know they got ones now, okay? Them big buildings where the people be making their money, okay? Cause my ex-boyfriend, he worked at a factory job, okay? Like Cooper Tire, the chicken plants, them factory jobs, okay? So, yes, okay, but I ain't talking about that though, okay? That's like legal. I'm talking about the ones that's not legal, okay? So let's begin. A factory worker is someone who works in a manufacturing or processing facility, operating machinery and performing other tasks to produce or assemble goods, okay? Responsibilities: the production, working on assembly lines, assembly parts, or losing tools to drill, solder, or weld. Quality control, checking products for defects and ensuring they meet quality standards. Packaging, packing or sorting finished products. Material handling, moving raw materials to production areas and finished products to storage or shipping areas. Equipment maintenance, maintaining or repairing equipment. Skills and traits: being good with their hands, being able to work to deadlines, being able to perform repetitive duties, being responsive and adaptable, being well versed in safety protocols, understanding how to organize products, being able to follow directions. I showed you, I really try to work into icing y'all. A bitch passed out. I don't know why. I don't know how I passed out. Like, I was just packing the meat. A bitch passed out. I was crazy though. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, Tatiana, everybody!" And I was pregnant too, but it wasn't the baby though. I don't know. It was the energy. It was the energy. I mean, they wouldn't let me about the machines or nothing like that because they know my incident. But they wouldn't let me about the machine. But they just let me about the packaging. But I just don't understand how a bitch passed out. Okay. Related jobs: general labor, machine operator. Then they put me outside, as the damn security guard. I did that for a while. Okay, at least I was a security guard though. Quality control technician, process technician, supply chain coordinators. No, not at ours. At ours, they have women only. Maintenance technician, inventory control specialist. Factory worker is often part of the manufacturing industry where factories produce large quantities of a specific product. Now, this is the ones I'm really talking about, okay? Slave labor, okay? Cause I used to work in a slave factory, okay? The Western, no, it's not that. It's different. The Western popular image of slavery in the Americas is of enslaved men, women, and children working in agricultural fields. Though the vast majorities of Africans were brought by Americans, slave owners for field work, enslaved people could be found in most occupations in the Americas. But there was great variation in slavery across the Americas, much depending on the dominant local crop and geography as well as the regional economic, political, and legal systems in place at any given time. A number of enslaved males were forced to work as seafarers. Some even worked on slave ships. Other labor was employed on sailing craft in inland waters and on the river systems that form critical commercial links to American interior. Yes, if I trying to get some food for my kids, hell yeah, I'm gonna be on that motherfucker. You should mean. Well, that's the other one though. That's sharecropping, but same shit though. Okay. I make clothes for them. Okay. I would do that. I didn't do the other parts they were working on, but like the people that were new, they joined them. But I was like, making clothes for them and stuff like that. The lineage of seafaring vessels sometimes offer runaway slaves a means to leave carnal bondage. Yes, I am. In parts of Brazil and the Caribbean, where African slave labors on sugar plantations, which I worked on as well, dominated the economy, most enslaved people were put to work directly or indirectly in the sugar industry. There was a complex diversion of labor needed to operate a sugar plantation. Sugarcane field workers worked long hours planting, maintaining, and harvesting the sugarcane under hot and dangerous tropical conditions. The field slaves had to cut down acres of sugarcane and transport it to a wind, water, or animal-driven mill, where the juices was extracted from the crop. Factory slaves worked under hot, humid, and dangerous conditions to convert the sugarcane into sugar and rum. Yeah, we did. Last year we busted one down. They had all these kids naked and they were making clothes, okay? Like real clothes, though. Okay? They probably where y'all get shots. Skilled men such as carpenters maintain the factory and equipment. Other laborers produce foodstuffs to feed the owners and slaves. Others tended to the cattle and horses needed to operate some of the heavy equipment and transport the products. After the sugarcane, which y'all, the reed products were produced, slave labor was used to transport the commerce to barge and ships for export into the Atlantic economy. Domestic slaves maintained the household and served the slave owner's family. I did do that one time. They kicked me out. I don't know why. Okay? Yes, talking about. You was having a affair with my man. And bitch, bye. No, I wasn't. Okay, you can't continue blaming me. Other agricultural crops will require a diversity of slave labor to support the plantation operations. There were various forms and conditions of the forced labor for enslaved Africans and their descendants. In the colonial British Caribbean and North America, some worked alongside free people, Native Americans, or white indentured laborers. In colonial British North America, there were two major forms of labor, gang labor and task labor. Okay? With that, neither shit. In tobacco and in rice, slaves were given tasks to do, and their work essentially, I'm on the slave side, I'm not on this side. But comparison, field gangs worked in sugar cultivations, okay? On their side, talking about people. Me, I'm talking about something else. Throughout the daylight hours and around the clock during harvest season. Yeah, even in sugar, this intense regimen, oh yeah, you can do it, shit. Lasted for 6 months of the year. Okay, but if you outside, you a free one, then you can sell it. You know what I'm saying? That's what they talking about right there. The other 6 months were devoted to planting and tending the fields, which were less onerous work than cane cutting. I'd rather just, okay. European American governments created brutal legal systems that vary greatly according to region, but generally sought to defend carceral labor practices, allow for innovation in the slave system, and maintain the property of slaveholders whenever possible. Slave owners everywhere often needed more enslaved laborers during the harvest season than they did throughout the rest of the year. The problem was solved by renting out slave gangs, groups of slave laborers loose to undertake specific work such as road building and field clearing, who would then return to their owners, who I did that before, Route 666. Well, not really. Colonies that depended on slave labor devised systems that facilitate the movement of enslaved people among, I did. Oh, the ones that be outside and they be shooting you if you be walking? Yeah, they were talking about enslaved people among plantations from country to town, between one form of another as needed. Domestic slavery was ambitious. We do not know the figures, but countless numbers of men, women, and children labored in the homes of slave owners across the Americas. Compared to field slaves, they faced distinctive difficulties and dangers. A harsh mistress or sexual aggressive master could make a domestic slave's life miserable and painful. True, female and male slaves faced sexual dangers whenever they worked. Their male and female owners, including immediate family members, relatives, and friends, and even the casual stranger, regarded enslaved people as their legal property to lose at their leisure. Without any legal protection for themselves or their families, enslaved people were constantly vulnerable to sexual abuse by white Europeans and Americans, male or female, okay? The misery of life as an enslaved person cannot be measured simply by the nature of the work they performed for their owners. Moreover, their work was never ending until death. Those forced to labor in sugarcane fields of the Caribbean and Brazil face especially high mortality rates due to tropical environments and working conditions, as did enslaved people who worked in swampy rice fields. Large numbers of enslaved males also worked in punishing world of mining, notable for precious metals in Brazil and other parts of Central and South America. So yeah, hope y'all enjoy.